The legionnaires of ancient Rome fought hard, but they ate well. They bought and milled their own grain to make bread, and their rations included lentils, figs, and according to the poet Virgil, 27 grams, it's just under an ounce, of Pecorino Romano. That's pretty good, but I need a lot more in my fridge. I love this stuff. So Jack's here. He's going to tell us which Pecorino won the tasting.
Yeah, I've got a lot more than 27 grams.
Good.
This is really a taste test about imported Pecorino Romano and domestic Romano. So Pecorino Romano originally was made in Rome, hence the Romano, but it's also made with sheep's milk, and the word for sheep in Italian is pecora. The domestic cheeses came up with the name Romano to indicate the lineage, but they're made with cow's milk.
Oh.
So that's a very different cheese. If you think about sheep's milk cheeses, Roquefort, Manchego, they have funk. They're fruity, they're funky. The fats in sheep milk are just a lot different in terms of their flavor when they make cheeses than the cow's milk. Romano cheeses are really quite different than Pecorino Romano, which is, I think, one of the things that you're going to see here. I actually have 2 Pecorino Romanos from Italy and 2 domestic Romanos. Domestic cheeses are good, they're just different, and they don't have the crystalline texture that we kind of expect. A Pecorino Romano is typically aged 8 or 9 months. Also just doesn't have the gaminess. Yeah. So, did you know that 1/3 of all the Italian cheeses that we import are actually Pecorino Romano?
Really?
Yeah, Pecorino Romano doesn't get the love. You know, Parmesan is the king.
It's always a bridesmaid.
Yeah, and we use it a lot in the kitchen when we want more flavor, when we've got a dish that requires a cheese with more personality than Parmesan. So, in addition to the way that you're tasting the cheeses here, we also made the most classic recipe you can make with Pecorino Romano, which is the Roman dish Cacio e Pepe. You know, it's a pasta that basically just has 3 ingredients: pasta, Pecorino Romano, and lots of black pepper. The tasting was very similar, whether it was plain or with the pasta. We liked all the cheeses, but we felt like the Pecorino Romanos tasted quite different than the Romanos. The domestic cheeses, in addition to being made with cow's milk, they add an enzyme that tries to break down the dairy fat to create some different flavors. So they have some interesting notes to them, but again, they're not the same as what you get from sheep's milk cheese, which has all that gaminess. I will say that even though Pecorino Romano has the word Romano in it, most of the cheeses are now made in Sardinia. The hills of Sardinia covered with sheep, making cheese for us here in the United States. So any impressions of the 4 cheeses, things you're noticing that are different, things you're liking, things that you're less drawn to?
Definitely less drawn to that. In terms of Pecorino, it's not what I would think of as a Pecorino Romano. It tastes a little Munster-y. Which is a real word, I promise you.
You can put a Y on the end of anything to make another word, so.
This one is my favorite. I've already made that decision. That's going home with me.
Okay.
I'm not crazy about this one either. This one's my favorite.
All right, you want to see?
I do.
So you have chosen the runner-up, the Locatelli. Now, we liked all the Pecorino Romanos. All of the Italian cheeses were recommended. The tasting panel liked them. Locatelli is a brand name. Some people think Locatelli is actually a cheese. It's not. It's just a brand name.
It's very salty.
It's very salty. This one, I would say, is the gamiest.
Yes, it is. It is funkiest, and it was, to me, the most well-seasoned out of all of them.
Why don't you go down to the end over there. So this is actually the winner, which is the Boar's Head Pecorino Romano. It is a little bit tamer, let's say, than the one that you chose. You went for big funk.
I went for big funk.
That's like medium funk.
It was tamer for me. Yeah, this one I actually didn't mind, but
I'm surprised. This is the Stella. This is one of the domestic Romanos. They were all recommended with reservations. So they're fine cheeses. They're just different. I'm surprised that you like that one.
Yeah, maybe it's, I have bought that before, so maybe it is tongue memory there, palate memory. This one I just did not like at all.
This is Sartori. Again, it's another domestic Romano cheese. These 2 were right next to each other in the rankings. They were fine cheeses. They didn't have the funk of the one that you chose that is the real Pecorino Romano.
Well, there you go. If you want to buy the winner, it's Boar's Head Pecorino Romano, and it retails for $6.99 for 7 ounces.
Thanks for watching America's Test Kitchen. What'd you think?
Well, leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or you can just say hello.
You can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
I'll see you later.